Brings me on to the next thing, which is how do we listen? How do we listen? How do we listen? Do we listen to ourselves when we're telling ourselves those thoughts, or are we just letting them go and letting it run wild and go, I'm not even listening to the crap I'm feeding myself, but I'm just going to keep feeding it anyway? Do we listen and go, wow, actually listen to what you are saying to yourself right now. Hear it as though you were another person hearing it. How does that really feel? How does that really sound? What does that really mean to you? And asking ourselves how we listen to others. And what is our agenda in that conversation? Are we having a conversation with someone because we want to help them? Are we having a conversation with someone because we're just curious about them and we care about them and we want to know what's going on in their lives? Are we having a conversation because we want to prove a point? Because we've learned something we're passionate about, we want to share it. And recognizing what's our agenda going into a conversation, because that will often allow us to see how we're listening as well. Because if we go in with a set agenda, often we're looking to pick the points when somebody might say something that runs with what we've already got going into it, if that makes sense. So we'll hear those things more. Sometimes somebody might say something and it catches us to a previous experience. And we're like, oh, I remember when that happened for me, and it takes you straight back there. Some people you just fade out and you don't listen at all. And I mean, I find for me, if people are talking about facts or information, like names of things, I'm gone. My brain cannot, it hurts my head to try and process. And because I lose track of what a lot of words mean, and because so many times people are talking and I'm like, I'll be like, what does that mean? What does that mean? Because it's just gone. And so sometimes in my head, I'll stop listening to somebody sharing something really beautiful and important with me because I'm trying to process what the word means. And then I've missed half of it. But now I come back and now I'm like, I zoned out. Can you please tell me that again? Or because I really want to hear them. And sometimes we can go off in our own minds to what something means to us or what it might mean to something else in our lives. And we miss so much of what that person's sharing with us. And so bringing it back to that space of, oh, okay, I'm aware I'm out here, come back here and be present to what they're sharing. Because people can share some really beautiful things with us. And when we're open to receive, we remind ourselves that it's okay to be received. Because often we will feel very unheard. We will feel very unseen. We will feel that we haven't been able to express what we want, or we've expressed it, but they've heard it totally different to how you've said it, or what you actually meant by it. But whereas when we recognize in ourselves, no, I can give people the time to share their whole truth around this. We tell ourselves that it's okay to hear people's whole truths. Often we try and rush conversations as well. We try to get through it, but yet we might spend a couple of hours watching the telly or on the phone that day, but yet won't spend an extra 10 minutes having that conversation to get to something that actually really impacts your life and is really important to you, a person that's really important to you, because we're like, oh. And so sometimes when we learn to hear others more, we allow ourselves to see that it's okay to be heard as well. And reminding, and vice versa. If we're telling ourselves, I'm not heard, if we're telling ourselves, oh, what I've got to say isn't important, oh, it doesn't matter, I don't really need to say it, I can deal with this, we're telling ourselves that we don't need to be heard. And in that, we're setting that out there that people don't need to be heard. So then when we're listening, we'll be running that subconscious thought, people don't need to be heard. Our conscious mind will do whatever's necessary to make them work together, and we'll vague out to the butterfly. And so, yeah, looking at how we listen, looking at when we're going into a conversation that's important to us, one that might be running in our heads quite a lot. What is my agenda in this? Is this for me that I want to have this conversation? Or is it for them? Where does this stem from? And do I actually want to hear what they have to say? Because sometimes we want to have a conversation with something because we want to hear something in particular back. are we prepared to hear their truth? Or are we just looking to hear what we want to hear? Is it that we're expecting a certain outcome or a certain thing to be said to us, and that doesn't happen? And it's like, well, when we learn to let go of whether we're there for ourselves or we're there for them, if we're there for ourselves, tell them that. I really need to express myself to you. I am feeling really unheard. I'm feeling this. I need this conversation for me. So when we're talking about it, I appreciate that you may have other aspects you've got problems with this or that, but we're not talking about you right now. We're talking about me. I need to deal with this. And knowing that you're worth taking that time and that ownership of saying, this is about me. We're all worth it. And then once you feel that you have shared what it is that you would like to share, then you can bring it to, thank you, then you can bring it to hearing them fully, because you're not waiting for your turn to talk. You're not waiting for what it is that you didn't get understood, what they've misunderstood, what they've jumped in front of. You can then be truly present to hearing what it is they wish to share with you, what they are feeling about it. And through taking that extra time, through truly listening, through taking turns within that and going back and forth, I often, if I'm having a proper conversation, I might need to write notes, because there might be something that comes into my head and I really want to share that with them. I don't want to forget it. So instead of keep repeating it in my head, don't forget this, don't forget this, don't forget this, and not listening to them, write it down, let it go, come back to where they are.